folks, thanks for joining in. So today we're going to do a lap comparison between a lap driven at real life and in Gran Turismo 7 at Watkins Glen, both in a Mazda RX-8. The real life RX-8 was my old 2005 white version, back when it had a fresh engine and it had coilover suspension and some basic power adders, but it was still on street tires. And that car did a 217 at Watkins Glen, not necessarily driving flat out. It wasn't timed competition, but it was kind of, say, 90% sort of HPDE sort of laps. And I also have a 2011 Mazda RX-8 in the Gran Turismo 7 that I've modified to have similar performance capabilities to that white car that I drove in real life. And so again, we're going to do the full Watkins Glen lap, and I'm going to sort of talk through the differences and sort of the methodology for how I got the lap comparison. Real life RX-8, like I mentioned, it was a street car, full interior, full weight, basic power adders and basic suspension modifications. What I did in order to make the two cars behave similarly was that I looked at the maximum speeds at the end of straightaways, I looked at the minimum cornering speeds at the apex, and then I looked at the acceleration rate. And I used those data points between real life to try to modify the car in Gran Turismo 7. Its tire type, its weight, its power characteristics, its suspension tuning, and I tried to mimic the real life RX-8 as closely as possible so that they would have similar cornering speeds, similar acceleration rates, and similar top speeds, so that I could do a pretty good comparison between real life and Gran Turismo 7. With that as an introduction, I'd like to show you a comparison of the laps and show you how similar the cars are between real life and in Gran Turismo. That was an interesting comparison between the two, and I look forward to doing more of these comparisons in the future. Thanks for joining in.